Have you ever wondered why we, as Filipinos, act the way we do? Why is family so important to us? Pakikisama. Utang na loob. Things that are kind of hard to explain in other languages. These are not just simple questions about everyday life. They are deep, meaningful questions about who we are as a people. The answers are found in Filipino social sciences. It's more than just reading old books or remembering dates. It is about understanding the living, breathing story of our country. A story that we are all a part of, every single day. Think of social science as a special magnifying glass. When you look through it, the world you see every day suddenly becomes clearer. The traffic in EDSA is not just a bunch of cars, city planning. How many people live here? Money matters. The fiestas in our provinces are not just fun parties. They show our community spirit, our faith, and traditions that are hundreds of years old. To understand Filipino social science, we must first learn about the smart people who started it all. These are the pioneers, thinkers who dared to question old ways. They insisted that the Filipino experience was worth serious study. One of the most important people is Dr. Jose Rizal. We know him as our national hero, a writer, a doctor. In his novel, Noli Me Tangere, in his novel, El Filibusterismo, he didn't just tell stories. He deeply looked at Philippine society under Spain, pointing out problems and injustices. He used his writing to wake up the country, showing how studying society can cause change. Another big name is Zeus Salazar, a historian, a strong voice for thinking in a Filipino way. He is the thinker behind Pantayong Pananaw. He said history was too often written by outsiders. He urged writing history in our own language, for our own people, talking to Filipinos about Filipino experiences. This shifted focus to understanding ourselves from the inside, freeing knowledge from foreign influence. We also have Virgilio Enriquez, a psychologist, known as the father of Psikologiyang Pilipino. He traveled the Philippines, listened to everyday people, and studied local languages to find uniquely Filipino ideas like kapwa. His work gave us tools to understand Filipino minds and hearts based on our own culture, our intellectual ancestors guiding modern Filipino social sciences. What makes a Filipino a Filipino? The answer is woven into the rich fabric of our culture and our values. These are the unwritten rules, the shared beliefs, and the common ways of doing things that guide our actions and shape our society. One of the most important values is the importance of family. For us, family is not just parents and children. It includes grandparents, uncles, aunts, cousins, and even close friends who we think of as family. This creates a strong support system, but it can also lead to people depending too much on others. This value affects where we live and who we vote for, showing its deep impact on daily life. Another key value is pakikisama, the desire to get along well with others, being friendly, avoiding arguments, and keeping peace in a group. You see it at work when a coworker avoids direct criticism or in communities where people prefer to agree than argue in public. While pakikisama builds cooperation, it can make people afraid to speak against wrongdoing. Then there is utang na loob, a debt of gratitude, not paid with money, but with loyalty and support. If someone helps you find a job, you might feel utang na loob to them and their family for years. It strengthens social bonds and mutual aid, but can be used unfairly in politics, expecting votes in return. A powerful social glue that connects people in complex ways. These values are cultural software, neither simply good nor bad, shaping choices, relationships, and politics. Studying them through social science helps us keep what works and confront what harms. This self-awareness is vital for handling complexity and working toward a fairer future for everyone. For many years, psychology here borrowed tests, ideas, and definitions from the West, but they often missed Filipino experiences, like describing durian using words for apples and oranges. Psikologiyang Pilipino, started by Virgilio Enriquez, centers Filipino identity, culture, language, and point of view. It seeks true meanings from real Filipino life, not forcing foreign ideas. What seems like avoiding feelings may be pakikiramdam or not wanting to be a burden. More accurate, culturally sensitive explanations. Central to this is kapwa, shared identity, being one with others, contrasting individualism. Kapwa supports values like pakikisama and pakikipag-ugnayan. In mental health, education, and work, it makes guidance resonate with Filipinos. It's not rejecting the world, it's saying yes to ourselves. Our experiences are real, our values important, and our minds deserve their own scientific study. Pantayong pananaw means a from us, for us perspective, a closed circle where Filipinos talk to Filipinos about our stories, mainly in our own languages. Imagine Filipinos talking in Tagalog, shared jokes and nods. Then someone explains to an outsider. The feeling shifts. That's Pantayong Pananaw, coined by Zeus Salazar, understanding and writing the Philippines from the inside for a Filipino audience. It forms a circle, knowledge creators and receivers, talking among ourselves, not always explaining to outsiders. Much history was from us for you, explaining us to colonizers. We shift focus from discovery to arrival, colonization, and resistance. Using Filipino and other local languages unlocks lost ideas, telling stories of our heroes and communities to build identity. In a connected world, strong cultures can drown out our stories. Pantayong Pananaw helps break colonial thinking, encouraging scholars, writers, artists, and filmmakers. We build our own knowledge and craft culturally fitting solutions, listening to our own voices and building our nation's story together. Look inside, listen to each other, and create together. Social science isn't just for tests. It helps us handle daily life. A sociologist sees class differences. A planner uses that to design fair transport. Economists track remittances. Political scientists study migration policy. And Psikolohiyang Pilipino understands pangungulila and sacrifice. Media experts map how information and misinformation spreads. Critical thinking helps us tell fact from propaganda. That's essential for citizens making good choices. Why poverty in some communities? Culture and history may explain. Why do people join movements? Identity, inequality, and solidarity matter. Linking classroom to field makes a real impact. Beyond medicine, engineering, and law, social sciences open many paths. Political scientists advise lawmakers or serve as diplomats building ties. Sociologists and cultural studies, grads organize communities, livelihood, health, and education, sensitive to local culture. Demographers forecast population to guide resources. Communicators explain issues, build trust, and shape conversations.